This video is for everyone who's sick of these doggone pesky mosquito larvae. We went fishing yesterday. We had some leftover shiners and I'm about to put them to good use on these mosquito larvae that's building up in some of the containers here around the house. I know you can just dump those out, but some of it I want to keep to water my plants with, and I don't want that mosquito larva in it. So I'm about to show you the most effective way that I've found that's also safe for the plants and gets rid of the mosquito larvae. Mosquitoes go through 4 distinct stages during their life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Only the female bites and feeds on blood of humans and animals. After she obtains a blood meal, she lays her eggs directly or near the water. The eggs hatch in the water and the mosquito larva emerges. The length of time to hatch depends on the water temperature, food, and type of mosquito. The larva lives in the water, feeds, and develops into the 3rd stage of the life cycle called the pupa. Finally, the mosquito emerges from the pupal stage after 2 days to a week in the pupal stage. The life cycle typically takes up to 2 weeks, but depending on conditions, it can range from 4 days to as long as a month. Mosquito-borne diseases are those spread by the bite of an infected mosquito. Well, you can see, you get the idea. They will eat them. If you can keep one of those in any of your little containers, they will clear them out for you. Very good to use for your unused shiners when you go fishing. I've been keeping some in my rain barrels right here for over a year, and they stayed alive. The only running water in it is whenever it rains and some water goes down in there, it kind of oxygenates it, but there's a little algae on the sides. There's some algae on the sides there, and of course the mosquitoes come and lay in it. And look, I don't know if you can see him, he just was swimming in there, but he's been in there for probably 2 years. And there is never mosquito larvae in these barrels right here. What I did was I got this mosquito larva here out of some barrels that I have in my garden. And I'm kind of unsure about putting the little minnows in them or not, because they're a compost tea. They have some animal manure in them from the goats and all. And they also have some decomposing comfrey in them. So I don't know how the little fish would live in that. So I'm thinking about trying it because it's just so full of mosquito larvae. You can see in just that little bit of time that I was talking, they just about got these completely cleaned up. So I'm going to go and move them. This is where I was saying I'm having that problem with the mosquito larvae. That's where I dipped this bowl out at. So I'm going to try some of the little fish in it and see how they do, if they'll survive in there or not. And I have a couple of them. I have another one over here that's got the same issues. So I'm going to try a couple of little fish in it as well. And see how they do. You see here, you can put them in your horse trough as well. You got a trough around where your animals drink at. You can put some of them in there. They'll live in there just fine. People used to put goldfish in them, and I did that for years. But when it came a point in time where I didn't have a goldfish in one of my troughs, and instead of going to great lengths to go find some, my husband had come home with some of these leftover shiners, and I said, well, let me just try that in my trough, see how it does. And it works just as good as the goldfish. They survive just as good. They eat the mosquito larvae just as good. And you can buy a big old bag of them at most places that sell fishing bait. I got these at the Shell station down in my local town, and they weren't expensive at all. I think there was 25 in a bag for like $3 or $4. So you can fill a lot of troughs with that. You only need 2 or 3 fish at the most in a big old trough of that size. Like I showed you those barrels a while ago, that's a 55-gallon drum. I had one shiner in it for 2 years, and it kept the mosquito larvae out of it the whole time. So it's a very good option. It works well. Also, like if you have a little pond around your house in your garden or something like that, those kind of little ponds, they would work very well in that as well, I do believe. So I'm gonna finish putting these out. I have a goat trough I want to put some in as well. All right, we got a few in each one of these too, so it ought to work out good. Well, there's a good use for your leftover fishing baits. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Share, like, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all take care of each other, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.